Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire. Legendary Pictures and Warner Brothers Discovery's fifth film in the MonsterVerse franchise is out now, and I'm going to start bitching about it. I very much enjoyed Godzilla vs. Kong back in 2021. I thought the film did its job, bringing Godzilla and Kong in a heavyweight bout that people only could think up in their nerdy brains, myself included, and it offered enough fan service without taking anything away from the story. After that success, legendary Warner Brothers decided on a sequel with the director Adam Wingard returning, which is great, so I was very elated to see what this film could bring to the MonsterVerse franchise. While this film was entertaining, I felt it was sadly inferior to Godzilla vs. Kong. The story doesn't really establish how much time has passed since the previous film, but it does continue how Kong's territory is Hollow Earth, beneath the Earth's surface, and Godzilla is in charge of Earth's actual surface, and he's in charge of defeating the Titans, causing chaos on humanity, which the plot goes on as there's a random signal that happens in Hollow Earth. Godzilla hears it, so he goes on a semi-rampage in order to charge up on radiation. Kong goes to search for it and runs into an adolescent named Suko, who leads him to the Scar King, the main baddie, and the humans, who in my opinion are even more worthless in this film than the last film, they go along. What happens is a convoluted mess of random scenes where the main humans, played by Rebecca Hall, Brian Tyree Henry, and Dan Stevens, have pointless dialogue that I didn't care in order for the movie to have filler scenes without Godzilla and or Kong, plus a bunch of pretty intense fight sequences that were on par with the previous film, and an impressive climax where Kong and Godzilla team up, spoiler, which saved the movie from being an absolute complete waste of time. Speaking of Godzilla and Kong, I felt as though this was a Kong movie through and through. Like, all Kong. I was hoping Godzilla would have more screen time in this film, because I felt even though he was a presence in Godzilla vs. Kong, I wanted more of him, but he was in this movie even less than he was in the previous film, which sucks. I also felt the movie should have been titled Kong with Godzilla: The New Empire, because Kong had the most screen time out of everyone, out of the humans and the Titans. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because I loved Kong. He's great in this film. He's older. He actually had some more very touching moments between himself and some other characters in this film, and really has become this generation's King Kong, similar to the Peter Jackson version back in 2006 did for me and my generation. The film is titled Godzilla x Kong, meaning Godzilla should have had way more screen time than he did in the finished product, and I was so disappointed. My biggest complaint in this film was the fact that the human characters had more screen time than Godzilla, and the script and story didn't give me any reason to care about any of them. If you're going to have human characters in a massive monster movie, at least give them something for us, the audience, to care about. There was a small hint of that from Kaylee Hoddle, who returns to play Gia very nicely, and she was a standout amongst the human characters in this film, in my opinion. The fight sequences. They were as good as one would expect from a MonsterVerse film, except there were a lot more monsters in this fight sequences, and Adam Wingard did a stellar job showing each and every monster's strengths and his transitions from Earth surface fights to Hollow Earth fights. They were very well done. I also think Wingard didn't really think of the collateral damage that these monsters can do, because there are a few fights on Earth that, let's just say that their buildings were destroyed, and some people in those buildings most likely did not survive. By some people, I mean a lot. If another movie like this is made, I feel like there should be a plot point on how, yes, the Titans saved the world, but how many people died while that happened, and how many more will in future fights. That, however, is a question for another MonsterVerse movie. Now, here's my score of Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire. I'm giving this film 2 out of 5 stars. The fight sequences, the direction of Adam Wingard, the characterization of Kong, and the final team-up fight with both Kong and Godzilla help and make this movie watchable. But sadly, the story and the boring human characters make this a subpar addition to the MonsterVerse franchise, which is a real shame considering it was going in the right direction with Godzilla vs. Kong. I'm going to talk about spoilers, so if you need to leave, that's fine. Don't forget to hit a like and subscribe, but if you choose to stay at your own risk. Godzilla and Kong do end up teaming up, but it's only because Mothra shows up. That's right, Mothra is in this movie, but only for about 5 minutes, and convinces Godzilla to join Kong in his battle against the Scar King. They fight both on Hollow Earth and on the Earth's surface. Buildings are destroyed and many people die, but Godzilla and Kong win with the help of Suko. Kong returns to Hollow Earth to lead the tribe of gorillas who are being ruled over by the Scar King. Godzilla returns to Earth and he takes a nap in the Roman Colosseum. Yep, Godzilla does this in this film twice. Note down in the comments if you have, and also hit the like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.